Welcome back to the Sahyadri webinar series where we take you on a visual journey through 200 forts across 15 traverses in the beautiful Sahyadri mountains. Today we'll talk about the second part of the Pune to Mahabaleshwar traverse where we cross around 15 different forts. As usual, the videos are available in high definition on YouTube, ultrajourneys.org, and a 10-minute preview gets posted on Insta TV and Facebook. Here is the traverse, starting from the top right. Yesterday we covered Pune, Katraj to Singat, Rajgat, Torna, Lingana, jumped off the map to Raigat and then proceeded to Kavlia and Mogangat. Today we'll complete the traverse by proceeding to Mangalghat, Mahadev Mandir, and then get into the dense jungles of Mahabaleshwar for climbing up to Chandraghat. Through Old Mahabaleshwar, we'll get to Kamalghat, Kenjalgad, and complete the first 50 forts at Raireshwar. Okay, so the first section of today will start from Mogangat, from which we descended yesterday through a steep ridge back into the Konkan plains. From there we follow a small road and start climbing up to Mangalghat. From Mangalghat we get down a less known trail along a steep ridge again to the next valley, where we stay over with some people, then jump over the next ridge at Mahadev Mandir, get again down into the valley, climb up again to Chandraghat to enter virgin jungles at the base of Arthur's Seat. Here you can see the view from the base on the majestic Sahyadris above as we traverse some of these subsequent valleys in between. Mangalghat, also known as Kanguri, is a fort near the village of Dunawadi, was built by Chandra Rao More of Jauli. It was one of the 7 forts captured by Chhatrapati Shivaji in 1648. It was a place of confinement of Chitur Singh, the brother of Raja of Satara. In 1818, Kanguri was taken by Colonel Protter after the fall of Raigat Fort. Here we see the top of Mangalghat, where we still find a structure standing tall. Apart from that, and a few water tanks, not much of fortification is to be seen. We can see some old sculptures there next to that, what appears to be a temple. Getting down from Mangalghat was a bit tricky to find the way. Eventually, looking at satellite maps, we find some reference points and get down pretty late in the night, crossing the next valley only when the moon is already high above the surrounding hills. All sweaty and itchy from the long grasses, dry grasses, we take a dip in this moonlit river. And in the next village, luckily, we still find some people having a gathering in the nearby temple, asking for the shop. People, as usual, show amazing hospitalities in these remote places. Give you some yummy home-cooked food, which takes care of the burned calories of the day. Next one, Mahadev Mandir is an ancient Shiv temple located in Karkoda, Sonipat district. Each year on the occasion of Mahashivratri, a huge gathering of devotees takes place in the temple. According to history books, it was part of Kandava forest, Pandava state in Mahabharata times. So we'll be climbing up steeply on the northern ridge, and then after visiting the temple again, get down in the next valley towards Chandraghat. Here you can see some of these very kind of traditional villages that we find on top of the hill, kind of disconnected completely, only accessible through trails climbing up to this ridge. Here is Mahadev Mandir, an internal view. Quite a famous temple built with wooden pillars. And as usual, by the time you reach up, it takes a couple of hours of steady climbing. People again offer you some tea and some, one friendly lady starts cooking some breakfast. Voila, from Mahadev Mandir, we get down, cross a stream, and get in a pretty remote valley now, where we find Chandragad, also known as Davalgad, an important fort in the Kolhapur district as a watchtower over the Varanda Gatrade routes from Bor to the coastal forts. The fort is surrounded by forest and hill slopes. There are 14 rock-cut water tanks and a few dilapidated building structures on the fort. Here you can see this valley, which is like at the base of this virgin forest of Mahabaleshwar, so very remote. You hardly find even hamlets in this place. Let's go for a walk across the river.
On the way to Chandragad in the beautiful Mahabaleshwar region. We're crossing a small stream here. Beautiful place. Crystal clear streams surrounded by huge mountains and small little settlements of farmers. Amazing place.
Voila, finally we climb up here quite steeply to the top of Chandragad, which is located in kind of untouched virgin forest. On top we find some ancient rock-cut structures here. It's a pretty small fort on top, not much space. You can still find a linga here and a rock-cut reservoir on top. And then from Chandragad we'll be climbing down in basically pure forest, virgin jungle, where there is absolutely nothing, no more farming settlements. Get down in a virgin valley from where we climb up to a ridge and then follow a ridge towards Arthur's Seats, pretty touristic point accessible by road from Old Mahabaleshwar. Let's take a look here from Chandragad.
We are looking from the top of Chandragad onto a very remote part of the Mahabaleshwar region. We'll be climbing down now from the fort, and then into the valley up there to Arthur Point and Old Mahabaleshwar, seen far away. We came here by climbing up steeply from the opposite valley. Mostly inhabit only one small farmland, villages there, hamlets and farmlands. We came up from the opposite side, Mahadev Mandir, where we reached yesterday evening from Kenjalgad fort. So looking forward.
Voila, here we then descend along a pretty steep gully down into that virgin jungle across big boulders.
We are climbing down from Chandragad now through a rock gully into the opposite valley, from where we'll be climbing up steeply to Arthur Point on the Mahabaleshwar Plateau. Hopefully we'll reach the Old Mahabaleshwar by today evening. It's like a very remote virgin jungle here. No people around, no settlements, no farmlands, just me and the trail and the wild. Amazing to explore these remote places.
Voila, finally we get in then to an extremely remote valley, absolutely no man's land, where again we follow a stream by walking across the boulders. Crystal clear waters appearing from the lush green jungle.
While climbing up from Chandragad to Arthur Point, steep uphill, we came across this refreshing pool. So after all that sweating, time to cool off the body. So refreshing. Wow, awesome. We'll be climbing up there to the Mahabaleshwar Plateau Hopefully we can reach Mahabaleshwar by today evening. It will be nice to stay on top.
Voila, here we climb up again from this no man's valley onto the top of the ridge, which will lead us to Arthur's Seat.
Climbing up to a fairly steep stream out of a remote virgin valley towards Arthur Point on the Mahabaleshwar valley. Following a dry stream. It's getting steeper as we go towards the top. Vertical drops here and there, which require a little bit of bouldering.
Voila, finally we climb on top of the ridge and we get stunning views on the high ranges around Mahabaleshwar with lush green forest in the valleys.
The beautiful remote Mahabaleshwar region, steep rising ancient volcanic mountains and dense jungle. Climbing up to Arthur Point now to some solid post-monsoon vegetation. Loose rocks make it also a bit challenging. This path has not been used much in recent times. People mostly wait for a while. Quite interesting.
Voila, finally we hit the top of the plateau then and find this beautiful little temple with ancient rock-cut stones. Here we can see stunning views near the Arthur's Seat Point on the ridge through where we walk to Old Mahabaleshwar.
Stunning views from Arthur Point, the Mahabaleshwar Plateau. This is the jungle to which we came the last 4 hours. Quite a massive operation. Virgin jungle, perfect shelter for wildlife. And up there is Arthur Point, another 50 meter up.
And then we finally hit Old Mahabaleshwar, which is a historical place and a village at Mahabaleshwar, Satra district. Old Mahabaleshwar is also known as Kshetra Mahabaleshwar. This holy and sacred place has 3 temples, Panchganga temple, Mahabaleshwar temple and the Krishna temple. Voila, so here we come in a pretty touristic and commercialized place where a lot of these top viewpoints are connected by roads and you can find quite a few people driving up to this place. As usual, this place, voila, here we can see the next traverse from Old Mahabaleshwar. Actually we'll be getting down to the Dhom Lake, the Krishna River, and climb up then on the next plateau, which is called the Koleshwar Plateau. From there again we'll get down to another tributary of the Krishna River and the Dhom Lake and climb up to Kenjalgad and finally finish our journey at top left Raireshwar. Voila, as usual a commercial place, so no welcome place to stay there. Have to just pitch up my BV at the parking spot opposite the main shops. Voila, in the morning then, below the sun rising in the east, we get down onto the beautiful Dhom Lake Valley through a fairly kind of nice path which is used by the local people to climb up to Old Mahabaleshwar. It goes through lush green forest. And then finally we cross a small bridge across the Krishna River, I guess one of the many tributaries of the Krishna River as it originates from Mahabaleshwar. Crystal clear waters there, so again after a good 2-hour sweaty descent from Mahabaleshwar above, it's time for a refreshing dip.
Wow! We just descended from old Mahabaleshwar in the valley and came across this beautiful Krishna River, which is all refreshingly chill and beautiful in the morning. Wow, the sun is peeking through. It looks like we arrived in paradise. Amazing place. Surrounded by lush green forest.
Voila, from here again we climb up. Not much of inhabitants here at the origin of the Dhom Lake. So we climb up through another kind of less used trail, straight up a ridge to the Koleshwar Plateau. Koleshwar Plateau is very beautiful. It's a vast kind of highland, pretty flat on top with small hills and a mix of jungle and these kind of open plains you see here. As we move then towards Kenjalgad, we come across a first very small settlement, just one home there with one family that still kind of does a little bit of farming on the edge of the forest.
We just came across the first farming settlement on the Koleshwar Plateau. Ascent, sorry. And saw this man in the forest collecting wood, who immediately invited me for some cup of tea. Beautiful home here, mud home. This is the kitchen. It's nice, cool here inside. I think they have some solar power up there. Here is Kuti Papa. And then the second part of the house, we can see the animals. I think the small ones are kept inside because there are wild animals in the neighborhood. Beautiful place.
Voila, so then we finally reach Kenjalgad, literally called the Lotus Fort, also called Kenjalgad, literally dead fort, which is built on top of a square hill in the Wai Taluka. During the Maratha times, Kenjalgad, Pandavgad and other forts in the area were administered by a Mokkasadar manager from Bijapur. In 1818, Kenjalgad surrendered after resistance to a British detachment commanded by Major Thatcher. Under the British, it was used to execute prisoners of war. Here you can see a deeply cut reservoir, almost 20-meter cut deep inside the basalt rock, connected with a big staircase. This is the only source of water on top of this barren hill.
We're in a deep water hole here on top of Kenjalgad Fort. Appears to be chiseled deep underneath the rocks. Openings at the top to collect the water, and here steep staircase leading down to the water reservoir to provide for the soldiers when under siege. Unique.
Voila, and then getting down from Kenjalgad again, we come into pretty remote hamlets and settlements. Here you can see a lady walking with some stuff from the farm back home. Finally, we then come across another tributary river of the Dhom Lake. So the choice here is to either wait for a bus to do a 10-15 kilometer roundabout around the lake, or simply swim through the lake.
On the way from Kenjalgad to Kenjalgad, we came across this small obstacle here. A fairly large lake, I think around 2,000 meters to the other side. So instead of taking a long bus ride, I thought it's more refreshing and some good upper body workout to swim across crystal clear water. Beautiful. I was able to fit all my stuff in this 15-meter dry bag. Only the mat and the shoes will have to take a dip. There's a beautiful sunrise in the west there. Mahabaleshwar in the background. Amazing place to run and swim. It's like sports paradise here.
Alright, then on the other side I figured out my dry bag is not that dry, so my sleeping bag got wet and have no other choice than to dry everything while I spend the night in a small village here. Locals again are very welcoming, giving me a night stay in this temple. They are also staying with me and deliver some home-cooked food to me.
Today I descended from Old Mahabaleshwar to Kenjalgad and eventually in Kauli village received overwhelming hospitality. First in a small farm in top of the hills of Koleshwar Plateau, then down into the valley here, then swam across the lake. And in Hauli, again, I met some very nice people who offered me dinner, and now we're sleeping inside the temple. So they're also giving me company. It's a beautiful place, warm here to sleep. Nice big temple. So we're just catching up stories with these three friends.
Voila, finally we climb up again for the umpteenth time to the next ridge, where we find Kenjalgad Fort, located on the Mahadev spur of the Mahadev hill range. The fort is rhomboid in shape. The fort is said to have been built by Bush Rajas of Panhala, who flourished in the 12th century. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had captured all the forts in Vai and Bor region, but he was not able to win this fort until 1674. He, along with soldiers, marched to Kenjalgad and captured the fort by surprise. As we climb out from the temple where I stayed in the morning, you can see the valley of the Dhom Lake indulged in a misty cloud cover. We climb up and there we can see the signature shape of Kenjalgad at the end of the ridge above. As we approach the top kind of pinnacle of Kenjalgad, is pretty narrow in size. Here you can finally see a staircase, half destroyed, which is the entrance to the fort. And on top of the fort, as you can see, it's a pretty narrow, prolonged stretch on top with not much things to be seen, except for this some water reservoirs and this small mandir up there. Voila. From Kenjalgad then, we go all the way to the opposite sides, which is Raireshwar. Raireshwar is situated in the Bor Taluka near Pune. In the Maratha age, it was a significant fort. Raireshwar is the birthplace of the Swaraj. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj took the Swaraj oath at Raireshwar at the age of 16 on 27 April 1645. It's said that he had cut his little finger and taken the oath by dripping blood onto the shivling. The oath of Swaraj was an oath of freedom by Shivaji Raje. He encouraged his followers to strive to attain their ideal of Hindavi Swaraj, which was an oath refusing to live as slaves. Here we can see a ladder towards the top section of the Raireshwar Plateau. In the top left horizon you can still see Kenjalgad, which is kind of situated on the same ridge. And then here a statue of at the location of Raireshwar, where I finished my 50th fort of my 204th journey through the Sahyadris. On the way out towards Bor, nearby Bor, I again encountered wonderful hospitality by the local villagers who give me some nice sweets and other homemade savories as I catch a bus back home to Pune. I still see some
बेटा अच्छा लगा इधर आके
Voila. That's it. So this was the fourth traverse, Pune to beautiful Mahabaleshwar. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You can find all the series on my blog, ultrajourneys.org. You can also subscribe on the blog to get automated emails, or subscribe on YouTube to get all the latest ongoing webinars, as well as a lot of other information which you can easily access on the blog. More than 400 posts of passes, forts, presentations, training materials, webinars, and more. See you guys tomorrow for the next session on north of Nasik.